deathmatch. How did you make it? Okay, well, I want to make it live here, make one live here to show you guys how it's done. Either you're in GTA Online or you're in story mode. I don't want to back up because I don't want to back out because it's gonna take me all the way to the loading screen, and I don't want to go through that whole mess. You just go to your online, what is the tab? Your online tab, I think it is, and then go down to creator. It'll launch this screen here. Anyway, I'm gonna create a deathmatch, and a deathmatch, whatever. So location, location, location. Now I'm gonna make a deathmatch, but I'm not gonna make your, you know, RnG blue walls of deathmatch crap, you know, because this is a run and gun deathmatch, alright? It's not a game of hide and seek. It's not a game of anything else, a child's play type of game. Run and gun should be exactly that. Run and gun. Not roll and hide, not run and hide, not hide and seek, not hide and shoot. You know, none of that. So the less walls, the better, because then you're actually using skill versus skill. So instead of having to see whoever gets out of the wall first or whoever rolls out first is the one that wins. Well, no, we're not going to do that. So give me one quick second. Okay, so location, you want to push the pause button and choose a spot. Now, if you've seen my other death matches, I have the one I do a lot is the field of death, which is beats the hell out of me where it's at. But we're gonna use this as an example, this area right here where I'm at. So I like having this building might be a little bit too big, but I like using buildings as some sort of spawn opportunity, because I do have an open map, which is absolutely nothing. It's just a big old field, open space out in the prison somewhere, and you just spawn right in front of the other player. Now, it's great to get kills because I walked away with the most 200 kills in that deathmatch. I gotta get back to doing that. But yeah, I walked away 2v2. You have to do that 2v2. You do it 1v1, it just becomes a spawn trap, and it's just no fun for anybody. It's not skill, it's just to spawn. So 2v2 makes it better, makes it a little bit more competitive. But yeah, there's absolutely nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and it just becomes a shootout. So a little bit more relaxed deathmatch, I want to have a building in between the spawn points. So if you get killed over here, you'll probably spawn over here, and instead of getting spawn killed, you have an opportunity to spawn and actually do something, shoot at somebody, or you know, what's that phrase, get your bearings together, and you're able to actually do something instead of getting murdered and murdered and murdered. But I don't like this spot, I don't like this location, simply because this building is way too long. So if you were to get killed here, or not killed here, but let's say a player is here, well, you're here and a player is over here, they can hide on this side of the building, and as you're running towards them, because if you're anything like me, you're not going to hide behind the wall over here, because then what's the point? You spend 20 minutes in the deathmatch doing nothing. So I like to go after players. So I'll be going after them, they're hiding in this corner, they just turn the corner and then pop me. So, and then I'll spawn over here somewhere, they're still in the same corner, they see where I spawn in, they turn the corner and pop me. So I spawn over here, they turn the corner and pop me. So it just becomes repetitive, it becomes boring, and it's too long of a distance. So if this building were half its size, it would be a little bit better, because it won't involve that much running, and you'll have a little bit of a higher chance to kill the player who's hiding, because you'll actually get to see them before they pop out. Here you have to go, you have this little area right here that's kind of blocking your view. So when you turn the corner, you don't see anything. You have to get way out here before you see them, and then they'll just pretty much get you there. And this side is the same. So we want to find a better location for this. I had so many screenshots, but I had to make room for the GTA and NBA 2K updates. So I had to delete all my saved data. Alright, let's take a look at here. Well, this is my... Is this my deathmatch? No, it's not. Okay, there is no open space here at all. Okay, this is not a good spot. Man, I want to do a deathmatch inside the tunnel, but can't do that. Okay, this building is too big. I need a spot where... Huh. This is like one of my main issues is finding a good spot where it's not too big and not too small. Because a small deathmatch, as I said, just becomes a spawn trap, and you don't want that. And if it's too big, it just takes too long to find the players. So you want to find a nice, good spot. Oh man, if I could only remember where I took that screenshot at. Alright, let's look up here. Right, what about this little building here? What's this about? So all you got to do is press X. When you find the spot, just press X and it'll take you, or A, whatever console you're on, it'll take you right to it. Alright, so this is the building here. So the problem with this spot is the obvious, the rock here. These rocks can present a problem because players might hide right behind it. Now I can use a wall or something to block that off so that they don't hide behind here, or use it as some kind of cover, but then you have this little red thing in here that serves as a cover as well. So I can block that off too, but by blocking it off, that will serve as a cover. So maybe I could leave it there, honestly. I could possibly leave it there, actually. Now, I did say that you don't want a deathmatch a building that's too small. This one might be too small because you don't have much time to spawn in. So if you were to get killed here, actually I like this area though. I don't mind it at all. If you get killed here, you might spawn over here, but by the time you spawn in, the player that killed you here would already run around this way or run around this way in the back to come and kill you again. So it's too small. You won't have much time to, gather yourself and get that player. So let's find another spot a little bit bigger than that one. I don't know if this was much bigger, but let's take a look at that. Okay. Let's see. This one might be a decent size, actually, but this fence might be a problem. Huh. Actually, I think this is going to have the same effect. It is too small. I mean, I can always expand it, make it longer, bigger deathmatch. It doesn't have to be the size of the house or the building, but for spawn point purposes, you want it to be just a little bit bigger than that. Alright, well, let's check around here. See, something like this size. Not too big, not too small, but this one is a little bit too big as well, I believe. I mean, I like it. Huh. This little thing, I can always block this off. So I can definitely block this off so nobody hides in here and camps and just shoots grenades and things like that. So that's I could do that. You know what? I think I might take this spot, but then somebody might hide over here. Okay, so this wall here is going to present a problem too. Players love to camp, and that's the problem. That's why I make so many death matches, because that's the problem with Rockstar created death matches. There's too many places to hide. When I first started playing GTA Online, the first death match I did, the score was like 1-0 or 1-2, because all we did was hide. I was new to the game. I was like a rank 2 or 3 or something. I don't even know. And I was too scared to come out because I didn't want to get killed. I wanted to win the deathmatch, so I just hid. And so did the other person. So for 20 minutes, we just sat there and hid and hid and hid. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. This is no way to play a game. This is come out there and go at it, man. Am I going to spend 20 minutes in a video game? I need it to be worth it, So there's that. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and choose this spot. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and what is this? Is this like a barnyard or a church or something? I don't even know what this is. Looks like don't know what this is. Where the hell am I? Is there a sign or something anywhere? Oh, there it is. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, well, okay. Since we don't know what the hell it is, we're just gonna call it Barnyard Battle for now. That's the title for now. So you want to add a title, add a description. I'm gonna leave it blank for right now. No, I can't leave it blank. I'm just gonna leave that for now. I'll change this later. The photo I don't do until the very end. So you want to set up your deathmatch details. So what do you want? Search tags, obviously deathmatch. I'll put RnG. So when people may not include that spaces, okay. I really hate this because they have so many different. May not include spaces. Where is the space? Ugh. May not include spaces. Okay, I give up on the on the tag. Forget the tag. We'll just give it 1. That's it. Okay. So deathmatch type. This really doesn't matter because the players have the option to change it as they're loading up the match. But it's going to be a team deathmatch, number of teams. Considering the size of it, I'm only going to make it 2 teams, maximum players 6 because 8 is going to just be chaos. So 6, 3, and 3 sounds reasonable. Minimum amount of players 2. Time limit, again, this doesn't matter. The players have the options to change this. And I put target score off because you don't want to do that. So own and pick up. Again, players have the option to change this themselves, so there's no point in even doing any of this. Remove helmets. Huh. Now that is new. Actually, it probably isn't new. I just never knew about it before. Remove helmets, because as I just said, I usually skip this part because players have the option to modify this themselves. So we're gonna take a look at that actually. We're gonna put yes for that because players love to come in here with bulletproof helmets. Team name. Okay, there's a lot of options now. So team 1. Oh boy. I mean, I'm not even gonna. You kidding? Wow, they really go into details now. Okay. But okay, I think that's it for that. Placements. This is where it'll be. But again, the problem is I think this is too small. Like you need a little bit of an open space to actually kill players. You don't want to be on. So maybe I'll just, this out here can be like the main area. when I did the field of death, there's a big field in the front, and then there's obviously the building. But okay, I can just extend it to this far. All right, that might work a little bit. All right, so you just place your trigger somewhere whenever it decides to turn white. There it is. I'm just gonna put the trigger there. Let's see, spawn points. So yeah, spawn points are gonna be. This is something that takes a little bit of some time. All right, so team 1 spawn points. You want your spawn points to be different from your starting spawn points. So this is where team 1 will spawn. So yeah, when you talk to some people on about this game, they'll be like, well, you know where all the spawn points are, you made the game. Like, honestly, I don't even care. I just put the spawn points anywhere. So you want your starting spawn points to be different from your spawn points. That way that doesn't happen where people know where you're going to be spawning at and they kill you right away. So as you can see, I am spreading around this. Okay, I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I'm hoping that this is still okay, I don't think this is for any particular team. I think this is just, yeah, in general. No, that's not it. Well, I'm confused. Well, I only need 6 more spawn points. This is the main area, so I like to have it here. But so you know, if you kill a player in this general area, they're not going to spawn here in this area. They're going to spawn other places if you have them in the other place. So if you just want to pop players as they spawn in, put all the spawn points right here. But again, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it fair, or try to make it as fair as possible, and spread out the spawn points so that they have an opportunity to spawn in. I like to be competitive. I like to compete. I want everyone to have fun. You know, I want not everyone to have fun, but I like everyone to have the same opportunity to get kills as anyone else. So I don't want to have any advantages or any disadvantages to any particular team. I have no idea what I'm doing right now, but we're going to put that spawn point there. I need one more. Alright, that's it for that. Now, team start points. This is very important because it'll pretty much dictate how the game starts off. So I'm going to put team 1 here. And I'll put the third one over here. Alright, now team 2. You gotta come out with guns a-blazing. Alright, so spawn point, and notice how I'm having them face each other. Again, I want everyone to have the same fair advantage as the other. Put that spawn point there, and put that one. So as I'm looking at this one here, this person right here might actually get killed first, just because this one's further back. So these two are gonna end up locking onto him. Well, I guess if but yeah, we'll leave it at that. So I have the spawn points, team start points. Good lord, the team start points. They're all facing each other, because again, I don't want anyone to have an unfair advantage. And here we got this one here is looking at this one here. So as soon as the game starts, everyone's facing each other. Start going at it. Alright, so now what I want to do, because a lot of players love to run and hide, we want to create barriers around the deathmatch so that no one can well, before we do that one, let's actually build the barrier around it so I know how much space we have to work with here. If I can get to it. There we go. Here's the walls I'm looking for. Because, yeah, players love to run. Something else that happens a lot in Rockstar created death matches. Players run, and they run. I've had death matches in the mansion death match where there's cars there. Players have gotten into their car and driven off into the city. What are you supposed to do? You drive after them, but you can't really see them unless you pay to reveal all players, and you have no idea where they are. So by the time you get to them, the timer's already expired, so it's not fun. Alright, so here is a good spot for this one. I'm going to change the color of it. I think this color matches more with the area. Alright, so we're going to put this here. I gotta see how much space I have to work with here. I think I can work with that. I don't like how it's elevated in the bottom, but yeah, so we're going to try to block off this over here so that they don't hide. Okay, so there's just enough room back there. Okay, we got enough room there. So you notice how on the right side, left side of the wall there is elevated. That becomes a problem because players can easily run underneath there and run away. So I will put something there to block it. Let me give them a little bit more space. Okay, so we got that. And this is where it becomes an issue with camera angles because you cannot see what you're doing. Create. So, alright, obviously I can't move this one any further forward because it is on a little hill type thing. So what you want to do is just, first of all, no one's going to be dumb enough to actually climb that hill in the middle of a deathmatch, so I can put this back here. I'm not worried about it. And then you want to close it up. So I think this is pretty spacious. Okay, so now I would love to have tubes in here, but it'll just become a place for players to hide. Alright, so you zoom in as little as possible. Alright, and now I'm going to start building the borders around so that people don't escape. You can see this is really elevated. That stupid little sign. So this is going to be a problem. But hopefully I can block off enough of it so that nobody runs off. I don't like my time to be wasted, so I feel like I have to block off. I don't want players to run into the city again. I don't want to have to chase them. I don't want to have to reveal all players. I don't want to have to do any of that. Because I've had players that will kill you once in the deathmatch and then they'll just take off. Get in the car, drive off so that they'll win the deathmatch because the time expired and you can't catch them. Alright, somebody might be able to actually climb up here. Well, let's see what I can put on here. Actually, that might help them climb. That's going to help them climb too. This damn camera. Oh, let's get out of my way. Dude. Yeah, they need to really fix this. I'm trying to move the camera, but I can't. Okay. Okay, I'm stuck here. Alright, there we go. Now you want to zoom in more to see if there's any places. Okay, there's no gap underneath here that they can escape through. That gap's not big enough for them to escape through. I'm still concerned about this one, but that'll be okay. Alright, so I want to close this up here. Because again, I don't want players to hide. I mean, there's enough places where they can hide, but I don't want them to have more than they need to hide. So I'm going to try to close this up. Oh my god, this camera thing is annoying me. So as you can see, they can still hide behind this right here. Oh my gosh, I cannot seal this up. So if I do this, they're just going to hide behind the right side there. If I do this, they're just going to hide behind the left side. But actually, that's a bad place to hide because you can't really move that much. Alright, so here, And that's why I do it 2v2. Because if it's a 2v2 deathmatch, guess what? If you're hiding right here in this spot, either me or my teammate is going to come up behind here and end up killing you. So while you're trying to watch over here, someone else might be coming up behind you. So 2v2 is always great. Alright, and for that reason, because players can't camp as much as they want, because there's always someone else there to get them. Oh, I didn't realize that there's an inside to this thing. Okay, well that presents another problem. Alright, we'll add an extra layer to this. Alright, there we go. So nobody should be able to get in through there. To be honest, I actually like that little pathway. But again, players can hide back here, they can hide in here, they can hide over here. There's too many places to hide. So the more you block off... Oh, what the hell? Actually, I could have left that open. Sometimes for my death matches, I like to have a little hiding spot, just in case, you know, someone has to go to the restroom really quickly. They can go in there and hide, but it's pretty obvious because it's an open door. You know, it's really not much you can do. But that's why you take your bathroom breaks and everything before. All right, so this is pretty spacious over here. I like it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. For props, we're going to put in some weapons. If I can find them. I wonder if I can put a... No, okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to find... Unless I'm in the wrong spot for weapons. Actually, I think I am in the wrong spot for weapons. No, no, no. No, yes I am. Okay. No, I'm not. Oh, no matter how many times I do this, I always seem to forget where everything is. Our cabins, construction containers, crates, dumpsters, machinery, ramps, signs, trailers, wreckage, rocks and trees, dynamic. That's just explosives and things like that. Tracks, stunt tracks, tubes. No, I don't need tubes. Huh. Oh, if I could get that for the flooring, that'd be great. Okay, forget that. So it'd be like where all the health and things, well, usually I'll put them everywhere else, but you know what, nothing needs to go here, forget it. Okay, I need... Okay, am I in the wrong spot? Pickups. Right, that's where I needed to be. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to add armor in random places throughout the deathmatch. I used to put them all in one spot, but then it just became a let's all just camp out here by the health and get health while the other players lose their health. And yeah, so whoever was closest to the health would usually end up winning the deathmatch because they were able to refill their health faster because they were right there. Alright, so for health, and you know, we might as well make this a little bit of a armor here too. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Now to put guns throughout the deathmatch. Let's see, where do I want to spread out the guns? We'll put some guns here. I'm going to have a variety of guns, so if you ever want to do a pickup only, there are options for you in the deathmatch. Keep in mind, on the bottom right corner of your screen it says 60. That's how many pickups you're allowed to have in the deathmatch, obviously. So you want to make sure that you get a good variety of everything. Alright, that's enough of that one. Let's go with the MG. I want to put some on both sides so that players can run through and grab them. I build death matches for competition. You know, I don't build death matches to have somebody have an advantage over someone else. I build death matches so that we can find out who is better, at least in this moment, who is a better shooter in this moment, who's a better team, I should say. Alright, then we'll put some over here. I think I put these really far. I have all this space. Okay. Alright, we'll switch over to... Where's that one I'm looking for? Assault MG, Mini SMG, Micro SMG. No. Combat MG. No, okay. We'll put some advanced rifles. I mean, most people do this with own guns, so it really doesn't matter. But it's important, though, because if you use own guns, assuming you don't use any MK2 weapons, I think the Combat MG is the only one you can refill using these ammos. But the Special Carbine and the Special Carbine, yeah, those are the two. Well, what the hell do you need to refill? Well, I believe it's all the same ammo. I can't remember. I don't care. But it's good because if you do use your own guns, at least you have ammo to refill. So you don't have to, you don't waste ammo. You know, you're able to pick some up in here during the deathmatch. So that's good. That's something I need this for. Because you waste a lot of ammo in death matches, especially if you do it at 20 minutes. Okay, I reached my max of weapons. That's 60. Got no more space. Props. Do I want any props? I don't want any more props, do I? Okay. And that's pretty much it. I got the spawn points. The spawn points are the yellow, the white circles with the triangles in them. The triangle is the direction that the player will be facing when they spawn in. So as you can see, I don't have anybody facing any walls. I have them facing some area where a player might be trying to shoot at them. So these are facing this way. This one is facing this way. Yeah, its back is turned to this wall, but again, it's okay. They're facing that way. He's facing that way. This one's facing this way. This one's facing this way, where mostly everyone will probably be. So we got that. This one's facing this way in case somebody's over here. So you can see there's a spawn point right here. So I don't remember. I think the spawn points are for both teams. There's no particular spawn point for a particular team. I could have done that, but I chose not to. I don't want to make this more complicated than it has to be. I can't even talk. I don't want this to be more complicated than it has to be. So I just put spawn points. I didn't specify spawn points for a specific team. That used to be an option. At least that's what people used to accuse me of doing when I did my death matches. Like, well, you guys always spawn in the same spot. No, so you understand this. If your teammates are on one side of the death match, the other players are going to spawn on the other side. So it's not that I put the spawn points in a particular spot for you to spawn. That's just where the game puts you. So if you're playing a 2v2 deathmatch, you're doing this deathmatch, your teammate is here, you're here, and you kill a player that's right here, guess where he's going to spawn? He's not going to spawn over here in one of these spawn points or right here. He's going to spawn, he or she is going to spawn either in this one, this one, this one, maybe this one. They're going to put that player in the place where they won't get spawn trapped. So gotta give them credit for that on moving you to the opposite side of where you were killed. Now if you're here and your teammate is here, then it becomes tricky because they might spawn here and they might spawn back here. I think they just spawn the players wherever there's room, honestly. So they're not going to spawn where you are. They're going to spawn away from you. So that's something that you need to keep in mind when people accuse you of creating particular spawn points for their teams. Like, no, that's not me. That's the game. That's where the game is spawning you. That's not where I put the spawn point there, but that's where Rockstar chose to spawn you based on where the other players are. So they will spawn you away. So anyway, the white ones, as I said, with the white ones with the triangles are the spawn points. So when someone dies, that's where they'll respawn. As you can see, all the arrows are facing someone. This is facing the blue wall, but it's also got enough space for you to look this way and look this way if someone's coming this way. So you have enough time. And this one's obviously looking this way, and that one's looking that way. So there's nothing facing against the wall, so no one says, oh well, I was facing the wall, I didn't have a chance. Well, everything is facing to someone. Now the team's start points are the blue ones with this blue circle with the triangle. Now as you can see, well, that's team 1. Team 1 is the blue one. Team 2 is the orange one. So as you can see, both teams are facing each other. And yes, this is a 3v3 deathmatch, and here it is here. Here's the third one, and a third one there. All team start points are facing each other, so there's no excuse to say, well, I spawned facing the wall, like I didn't get a chance. Well, they're all facing each other, so it's pretty much as soon as you start the deathmatch, as soon as you hit the ground, bring out your weapon and start shooting. Alright, there's no time to run behind the wall. Speaking of, I think I gotta block this off. No, I don't have to block that off. Okay. Yeah, we should be okay. Okay. I'm not gonna block any of that off. I think that's okay. Except for this right here. We'll be okay. There are places for players to hide. Unfortunately, I cannot block off everything, because if you block off everything, then what you use to block off the area ends up being a hiding spot in itself. So I'm gonna leave this open, because if I put anything here, it's just gonna end up being another spawn point. Camp thingy, I don't even know. So yeah, I have health, I have armor, I have guns here for people to use. So again, if you're wondering, well, if you spawn facing each other, how are you supposed to get the guns to kill each other? When you start the deathmatch, it'll give you the, well, actually that's me, hold on, let me back up a screen. Deathmatch details. So this is on me. I'm going to choose, you see it says lock weapons. When you start it, you get to choose what you want for lock weapons. You can have owned and pickups, you can have forced and pickups, you can have forced only, and whatever, right? Those are the options that the person that loads this deathmatch gets to do. So if you choose forced and pickup, this is what happens. Forced weapon. I can start you off with a pistol, I can start you off with absolutely nothing. And if I do that, guess what's gonna happen? Whoever gets to the gun, it's like those parkour death matches where whoever gets to the weapons just ends up destroying everyone because no one can get to them because they keep dying over and over and over again. So I really hate those. It's like it's a tryhard's wet dream, I tell you. So if I do unarmed, yeah, there's just no way. Whoever gets to the gun first is just gonna end up owning it. Pistol seems kind of fair. Hatchet is not going to work either. So you want a gun. I kind of want a pistol, but now I could start it with a grenade launcher. So if you used force and pickup, there is no ammo for grenades in here. So if you use what you have, you're screwed. No, we're not going to do that either. No, never mind. I don't like that either. No, because yeah. Alright, I'm going to just start them off with, we'll use let's go with the AP, no, the AP pistol is annoying as hell. But again, this depends on whoever is doing the, we'll go with the SNS pistol. That's not how it's going to start. It's going to start owned and pickups. If there's someone hosting the deathmatch, again, I'll repeat this for the third time to make sure everyone understands. Whoever hosts the deathmatch gets to select what lock weapons are. Owned and pickup, forced and pickup. If they choose forced and pickup, then you'll be starting the deathmatch with the SNS pistol. And then you have to get to these if you want better guns. Okay? So if they choose forced only, then these guns will not be in this deathmatch. These guns will be replaced with the SNS pistol if it's forced only, because that's the only gun you're able to use is the SNS pistol. If they used owned and pickups, then you really don't need the SNS pistol. You'll have whatever gun is in your weapon wheel, and these guns right here will just be pretty much to refill your ammo. but it does give lower ranks an opportunity to pick up guns that they might not have yet. I know the combat MG lock comes out at a certain. Is it the combat MG or the special carbine? One of the two. Obviously, this is for players under rank 100, but at this point, I don't think anybody should be doing this if they're under rank 100. But anyway, own and pick up. I like to do my death matches 20 minutes. Again, the host of the death match can change how many minutes the time limit goes. Target score I always have off because you can get 150 kills real quick in this, especially if it's 2v2, 3v3. Trust me, 150 kills can go by really quick, and that's not really skill versus skill. To me, that's not RNG. To me, that's not competing. That's not skill. Well, you are competing who can get to 150 faster. But when you set a score like that, a target score, that just means that players are going to want to camp and hide because they don't want to, lose any points. So I don't want this to be a camp fest. I don't want this to become a game of hide and seek, which is what it will become if you set a target score. You just want to test out your skill, see how good you are, and develop as a shooter in this game. So I always turn that off. Again, whoever starts this deathmatch has the option to turn that on and do whatever they want with it. So the only thing that the host cannot do is change the forced weapon. Everything else they're able to change. So I don't want to have people, messaging me on Instagram saying, hey, we did this, we can only use one gun, like, why'd you do that? Like, no, I didn't do that. That was the host. Now what I did do is remove helmets, but I believe this is an option that can also be changed by the hosts. So I'm gonna go back and do that to my other death matches, because so many people come in here with helmets. It's crazy. I don't wear bulletproof helmets. Like I said, I don't want anyone to have an unfair advantage over anyone else. I want it to be fair. I want it to be on even ground. So we're gonna take a picture of this ugly ass area. Okay, maybe a view from the top is not that great. I kind of don't like that view either. I really don't know where to go. That just looks messy. I honestly do not know where to take a picture from. Okay, maybe the first part was better. What can you do? Don't judge a book by its cover. Alright, so we got the title, we got everything else set here, we got placement, white, lobby camera. I believe this is the picture that will appear when someone loads the deathmatch. So I got the spawn points, the team star points, the pickups, no vehicles. There might be some cars on the outside actually running into this, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave them on. I got the props, I got everything. So this deathmatch is pretty much done. All I have to do now is test it out. Unfortunately, I have to test it out as both teams, something that they added when they updated this game a couple of months ago. I don't know why it started me with these guns, but so typically when you test a deathmatch, it's where'd that RPG come from? No. Alright, so no, you can't escape through here. Oh, wait a minute. Get your, what are you doing? Lexi, bring on a gun. Damn it. Get the gun out. Jesus. Alright, I need... Ow. See, I knew that spot would be a camping spot, but you can still kill them because they don't have really much protection. So these rocks... Ow. Okay, nobody can hide here. See, and that's what I was talking about, the traffic. There are cars in here. Don't look at the cars. Okay, so cars will get stuck here, but you know what? I think I'll add it. Just as something what? Where am I? I'm intrigued by. Yeah, are these gang members? No, no. Okay, I think they are the. Yeah. Okay, this makes a little bit of sense. I think. Okay. All right, I have to do that as team 2. So I think those are the test dummies for the deathmatch. That just are coming in their vehicles, but as you can see, cars will be able to show up in here, and that's okay. I mean, I can turn that off, but I'm gonna leave it on just because it's kind of cool to have cars in here. Just make sure you stay up. It makes getting these guns a little bit more challenging. Oh my God, reload. Who is? Alright, 3 more kills and I can leave this. Ow. Alright. And that's the end of that. So we're going to quit this. But before I quit it, let me make sure no one can run up here. Ow. Okay. And honestly, if somebody even tries to climb this, they're gonna die. As you can see, I just got shot in the butt. So yeah, there is nowhere for you to even go. Well, and I made it. Okay. Well, it's gonna take time. So again, that's why you don't want to do this 1v1, because I fell. Now I can't get back up. Okay. That's why you don't want to do this 1v1, because a player can just escape and leave. You do this 2v2. If one player escapes and leaves, guess what? Their teammate is stuck inside this deathmatch 2 versus 1. So that's no longer our problem. Like, if somebody wants to bounce out of the deathmatch and leave their teammate hanging, that's on them. You know, that's between them. But hey, I'm gonna exit that. So it has been tested. It has been done. It is all ready to launch. Now the tricky part is getting people to actually join the deathmatch. So it's all set up. We're going to publish it now, and you can barnyard battle. Honestly, as it says right there, it is available now on the Rockstar Social Club website. So if you go to the Rockstar Social Club, this game has been out for 6 years. You guys should know what the Social Club is by now. You go to the Social Club, you type in Barnyard Battle or type in Lexi Santos, one of the two. And actually no, you can't type in Lexi Santos. Just type in Barnyard Battle and it should show up in there. And then you that's that. So I wanted to do a last team standing too, but oh, I create a King of the Hill. Huh. Oh boy. King of the Hill. You know what? I think a King of the Hill would be my next one, but I'm not gonna make them three spots like Rockstar does. I think I'm gonna make it 1 spot. 1 spot. Yes, yes, I like that. I like that. King of the Hill. And because it's 1 spot, I think I will make it on a hill. No, that just becomes a sniper fest. Never mind. Maybe not a hill. I'll figure it out. But anyways, that's how you create a deathmatch. I'm going to work on King of the Hill because I kind of like that idea. I'm going to do that right now, actually. Alright, so if I choose to keep this video up, give it a thumbs up.